Welcome to our channel. Today, we will tell you about the most rapid and amazing wars in the history of mankind. You will learn how some of the shortest conflicts determined the fate of nations and changed the course of history in just a few days, hours, or even minutes. Stay tuned to find out how lightning victories and defeats happened in reality. The Anglo-Zanzibar War 1896 ***. Let's start our list with the shortest war in history, the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which took place on August 27, 1896. This conflict lasted only 38 minutes. It all started after the death of Sultan Khalid bin Bargash of Zanzibar, when the British authorities supported his rival, and Khalid refused to step down from the throne. In response, British warships opened fire on the Sultan's palace. As a result of only a few volleys, Khalid bin Bargash was forced to capitulate, and the new Sultan, supported by the British, took his place. This war is notable not only for its brevity, but also for the fact that it was the last act of resistance by Zanzibar before the final colonization. Great Britain sought to establish full control over the island using its naval superiority. During the conflict, British forces suffered virtually no casualties, while Zanzibar troops lost about 500 men. This event clearly demonstrates how military might and diplomatic pressure can quickly lead to a change in the political landscape. It is interesting to note that the reason for such a rapid end to the war was not only the military superiority of the British, but also political maneuvers. The British authorities had prepared in advance for possible resistance and used spies to gather information about the Sultan's plans. When the fighting began, the British ships were already in strategically advantageous positions, which allowed them to quickly suppress the resistance. After the war, Zanzibar became a British protectorate, which finally consolidated Britain's influence in the region. The Falklands War 1982 ***. The next war on our list is the Falklands War between Argentina and Great Britain, which lasted 74 days. In April 1982, Argentine troops landed on the Falkland Islands, which were under British control. This provoked a sharp reaction from the British government, which sent a military expedition to recapture the islands. The war ended in June 1982 with the victory of Great Britain, which allowed them to maintain their control over the Falklands. The Falklands War became one of the most significant military conflicts after the Second World War. An important aspect of this conflict was the geopolitical importance of the Falkland Islands, located in the South Atlantic. Control of these islands provided a strategic advantage in the region. The British Army, despite the distance and logistical difficulties, was able to quickly mobilize and deliver a decisive blow to the Argentine forces. As a result, the Falklands War became a symbol of British determination and military might. An interesting fact is that the Falklands War was the first time that Britain used its newest aircraft carriers and modern fighters in a real combat conflict. The Argentine army, in turn, relied on outdated aircraft and ships, which significantly reduced their chances of success. The British Army also used the latest communication and intelligence technologies, which allowed it to effectively coordinate its actions and avoid significant losses. The War in 6 Days 1967 ***. Another impressive example of a lightning conflict is the Six-Day War that took place in June 1967 between Israel and a coalition of Arab countries, Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. Israel began the war with a preemptive strike against the Egyptian Air Force, which led to a quick and decisive victory. In 6 days, the Israeli army captured the Sinai Peninsula, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights. This victory significantly changed the political map of the Middle East and strengthened Israel's position in the region. The reasons for this war were complex and included territorial disputes, political tensions, and fear of a possible attack. The Israeli military strategy was based on a swift and unexpected strike, which allowed them to destroy the main enemy forces in the first hours of the conflict. The war in 6 days showed the effectiveness of the Israeli military machine and became a turning point in Arab-Israeli relations. After this war, Israel significantly expanded its borders, which led to new political and military challenges in the region. Interestingly, the Six-Day War also became an important event in the history of military aviation. The Israeli Air Force, using the tactics of surprise strikes and precision bombing, was able to destroy most of the Egyptian, Syrian, and Jordanian aircraft on the ground in the early hours of the conflict. This allowed Israel to establish complete air superiority, which played a key role in their victory. After the war, Israel began actively building fortified borders on the new borders, which significantly improved its strategic position in the region. The Georgian-Russian War 2008 ***. The fourth war on our list is the Georgian-Russian War, also known as the Five-Day War, which began on August 7, 2008 and ended on August 12, 2008. The conflict broke out over territorial disputes over South Ossetia. Georgia launched a military operation in an attempt to regain control of the region, but soon faced massive military intervention from Russia. As a result, just 5 days later, Russian troops occupied key positions in South Ossetia and Abkhazia, which led to the signing of a peace agreement. This conflict has become one of the most significant in the post-Soviet space. He demonstrated Russia's growing power and its willingness to use military force to protect its interests in the near abroad. The war also showed the weakness of the Georgian armed forces and their inability to withstand a vastly superior enemy. As a result of the war, Georgia lost control over South Ossetia and Abkhazia, which was a serious blow to its territorial integrity and national security. An interesting aspect of the Georgian-Russian War is the use of information technology and cyber attacks. During the conflict, both sides actively used cyber attacks to disrupt critical infrastructure and communication systems. This was one of the first cases where cyber attacks played a significant role in a real military conflict, which demonstrated a new era in warfare. Russia also used modern air defense and artillery systems, which allowed it to quickly suppress the resistance of the Georgian forces. Italian War of Independence 1860 ***. Completing our list is the Italian War of Independence of 1860, also known as the Second Italian War of Independence. This conflict lasted from April 29 to July 11, 1860, which is 74 days. Italian nationalists led by Giuseppe Garibaldi launched an offensive against the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies in order to unite Italy. A quick series of victories over vastly outnumbered enemy forces allowed Garibaldi and his thousand to create conditions for the unification of Italy under the auspices of King Victor Emmanuele. This war was a key moment in the process of unification of Italy, which lasted more than 10 years. Garibaldi, thanks to his charisma and military talent, managed to mobilize the population and enlist the support of local residents, which allowed him to win in a number of important battles. The war ended with the capitulation of the Kingdom of Naples and the incorporation of its territories into the United Kingdom of Italy. This success became a symbol of the Italian national revival and the desire for unity. An interesting fact is that Garibaldi used guerrilla warfare tactics, which allowed him to successfully resist significantly outnumbered enemy troops. His units, consisting of volunteers, acted quickly and unexpectedly, which created chaos in the ranks of the enemy. Garibaldi also skillfully used diplomatic maneuvers, enlisting the support of France and Great Britain, which significantly increased his chances of success. After the war, he became a national hero and a symbol of the struggle for freedom and independence. Such incredible and rapid wars have left their mark on history. These conflicts show that even in a short time it is possible to change the fate of nations and continents. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so that you don't miss new exciting stories. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.